flying inside Thompson-Boling Arena. ESPN2 presents Kentucky visiting the Tennessee Volunteers. The Vols 10-3, the Wildcats 11-2. And inside the Southeastern Conference, Kentucky is 2-1. They were stung on Saturday by Georgia. Tennessee 2-2 in the East Division. Dave O'Brien, along with the governor, Larry Connolly, Larry Scooter McFadden, and Gerald Fitch, they shine on Star Watch as two of the SEC's top scorers.
Well, McFadden is the leading scorer in the Southeastern Conference. Won't get the start tonight because of an injured hand. Gerald Fitch, he's made more threes per game than anybody in the SEC.
Tennessee does not have a scholarship senior on the roster. Kentucky will start 3 seniors, but the Volunteers are 9-0. Here at home, they are perfect in Knoxville. And we are underway as Kentucky in the road blue wins the tip. As we get rocking and rolling in the SEC on a Super Tuesday. Glad you're with us.
Ah, what a great game, huh? Good crowd, 2 good rivalries, 195th meeting between these two.
Boy, they've been going at it for a long, long time, since 1910. Hayes missed the first shot. Kentucky gets it back, and that's Cliff Hawkins, the point guard, calling out a play.
Hawkins and Fitch really struggled in that last game against Georgia. Didn't shoot it well, particularly Fitch, who has been on fire from three-point range.
Shot clock is down to 5. Azubuike.
Nice pass.
And Hayes right there for the stuff.
How good is that? That's the way you do it. Tennessee will try to push the ball. Buzz Peterson told me yesterday, he says, I want to go up and down. I want to get into Kentucky's bench because I think they're vulnerable there.
Well, Tennessee loses it out of bounds. John Winchester gives it up for Buzz Peterson, the third-year head coach. And the Volunteers, who last year just missed a trip to the NCAA tournament, hoping they have their eye on it this year, and a win over Kentucky here at Thompson-Boling Arena tonight would be huge for them.
Switch off by Crump, but he left Daniels wide open. Bad communication that time by Tennessee. When he came out to pick up on the double team, Crump just forgot about his guy, and an easy roll by Daniels.
Brandon Crump, 6'10". They need him to step up tonight in the paint. Shot partially blocked. Stanley Asundu could not get it to go. And so Kentucky, with a spirited first couple of minutes, off to a hot start here tonight. Hayes gets it inside to Daniels for 2.
I got to tell you, Dave, that's where Kentucky is dangerous. If Tennessee allows that ball to come into the post position like that, they are going to score at will. Louisville and Georgia shut them down, wouldn't allow that passing.
Winchester on the baseline, got the bunny, missed it. Crump, that will not count. There was a foul before that shot, so no basket, but Kentucky out to a quick 6-0 start.
Well, Tubby Smith's going to be very happy about that, coming off of that very flat performance they had against Georgia and Lexington on Saturday. Broke a string of 21 straight wins by the Wildcats in SEC play.
That's right. Of course, remember last year, after a 6-3 start, they ripped off 26 consecutive wins and made it all the way to the Elite 8 before Marquette knocked them out of the NC2A tournament.
I didn't think that was possible.
I did not either, as hot as they were.
Kentucky's in his zone, 2-3 zone.
Winchester up to Crump. We'll see if the young Volunteers can identify it. The pull-up hop rolls out.
That's shot by C.J. Watson. You're going to see more of that from him. Peterson's trying to get him to take a lot more shots.
Gerald Fitch, one of the seniors, a heady 17.5 points a game for the Kentucky Wildcat. A very dangerous three-point shooter. Kentucky has gone 3 for 4 from the floor.
Nice pass.
Shots like that from close range.
But Dave, what's happening is Kentucky does this so well between Daniels and Hayes. They are great complements to each other inside, making that pass across the lane. If Tennessee is going to allow that to happen, the Volunteers are going to lose their first game at home. Watch again. The good pass down inside. Now there's the double team. Look at the other side. The recognition of 2 white-shirted Tennessee players. You've got to know somebody's open. Terrific pass.
You know, the amazing thing about the ease with which Kentucky is scoring, and they have scored 8 times all their points in the paint so far, is that all week long Buzz Peterson had been preaching defense, 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 and those who played well in practice defensively were going to get the start. That's why the freshman Major Wingate got a chance to start tonight, where they're playing anything but good defense.
Well, this Tennessee team is a Jekyll and Hyde type club. I mean, they've played so well at home, 9-0, and on the road they have not shot the ball well at all, but here they get a big lift from their crowd. Don't think Kentucky's going to run away and hide with this lead. Tennessee will come back.
The freshman Wingate will step out, in fact, so Peterson gets him out of the game quickly. Jameer Hendricks in there, and C.J. Watson, the top assist man in the SEC with the basketball. 8-0 Kentucky. What a quick start for the Wildcats. Exactly what they needed. Trying to shake off the after effects of that loss to Georgia. Crump loses it. A turnover, Hawkins. He nearly lost it back right to Fitch. It's all going Kentucky's way.
I'm going to tell you what, when it rains, it pours. Tennessee had it that time. They lost it, and the ball went right between a defender's legs, right to Fitch.
So this crowd of about 18,000 at Thompson-Boling Arena in Knoxville quieted real fast.
And a few blue in here today, too.
Yeah, plenty of Kentucky fans. Yeah, they know how to travel. They made the drive, about 3-hour drive, stripped it out of bounds on the drive by Scooter McFadden.
Second time in a row that Fitch has gotten his hands involved defensively down low. He got the steal on that last one down there when he got the basket at the other end. And that time he slapped it away. Kentucky's defense a lot more alert tonight than it was on Saturday.
Yeah, they were sluggish, they were tired, they were fatigued. That was the team watchword for the Wildcats after that bruising game against Mississippi State. Winchester on the baseline. Watson got it, a three-pointer from deep into the corner while dropping back. That was actually McFadden for three. Dave Lenny, thank you very much. A hot start here for the Kentucky Wildcats. They're out in front 10-3. Just seconds ago, a three-point shot by Scooter McFadden, who's averaging 18 points a game, leading the SEC. Those were the first points of the night for Buzz Peterson's Tennessee Volunteers. Kentucky shooting out of the gate with a lot of energy and passion tonight.
But again, Tennessee with McFadden coming off the bench tonight. He did not get the start, and this is the Southeastern Conference's leading scorer. He's had a bad wrist. That shooting hand has really been bothering him. Didn't bother him on that first shot.
No, it did not. From way into the corner, and he was knocked out of bounds. No foul, and he drained the three. Tennessee undefeated at home at Thompson-Boling Arena. Winchester straight away. Too strong there, battling in the paint. Fitch comes away with it. Gerald Fitch, averaging about 17.5 for the Wildcats. Ranked number 8 in America, and 11-2 coming in. Moss with it on the wing. Daniels on a high post. Fitch is open for three. In and out. Boy, that was in the cylinder, but a very aggressive Moss steals away the rebound.
Well, that's a terrific play, and then he threw it away. No, they saved it. No.
What an effort right in front of us by Scooter McFadden, playing with that banged-up right hand. So furious pace open. Kentucky dominating in the early moments in Knoxville. Kentucky jumped out to a 10-0 lead. Tennessee finally on the scoreboard. It's a Super Tuesday in the SEC. Welcome to Knoxville, everybody. Dave O'Brien along with the governor, Larry Connolly. Great to have you with us. This one expected to be quite a tussle. A lot of orange and blue flying back and forth. That's been the pace early on. Tennessee's 9-0, but a very young team. 9-0 at home. Can they beat Kentucky here?
Dave, it's going to be tough because of the way Kentucky got started in this basketball game, and they're getting most of their points down inside. That's something they were not able to accomplish against either Louisville or Georgia, which both beat them. Now they're getting it inside, and that is going to be an advantage for Kentucky. Tennessee's got to find some way to shut off that pass inside.
Well, the Wildcats, a much different team than the one that fell to Georgia Saturday in an upset at Rupp Arena, 65-57. You see there, Tubby Smith, 299 career wins, so a milestone on the line for him tonight, trying to get to number 300. Buzz Peterson in his third year at Tennessee. Michael Jordan's best man. He is off to his best start here in Knoxville. The former North Carolina Tar Heel and Air Jordan buddy, also head coach at Tulsa before taking the Tennessee job. Tubby Smith was also the head coach there before he went to Georgia.
Tubby's already deep into his bench. Cote into the game.
Not known to be a terribly deep bench. The shot clock is down to 4, and a reach-in foul as Fitch got hit by C.J. Watson with a shot clock at 4.
I want to tell you what, though, it was probably a pretty good thing he did it, because on his way to the basket was Fitch, and he was either going to get the basket or make the pass. He had gotten by Watson, and Watson reached out and grabbed him. Buzz Peterson not pleased with the way his defense has been playing recently. In fact, he told his players, I'm going to tape Sundays and Mondays practice, and whoever does the best on defense is going to get to start. And he did that tonight. McFadden was not in the lineup.
Yeah, he put Major Wingate, a freshman, into the lineup, and then yanked him out after Kentucky got 8 quick baskets. Cote diving onto the floor, could not come up with it, and it's the second turnover for the Wildcats, who lead it by 7.
Well, 4 players already in off of that bench. Moss, Barber, Cote.
That's about as deep as Kentucky's going to go.
Yeah, and Carrier. He's really trying to groom some of these guys because he's going to need them down the stretch.
Tennessee breaking the press. McFadden gave it up. Trump into the lane. Through the contact. contact, and on a continuation, he gets the basket and will go to the line. So Tennessee showing some life on a comeback.
The junior Brandon Crump catching the ball down inside like that. I want you to watch this. Now, is that a charging foul? Josh Carrier takes the blow, but there's no whistle. Good ball fake that time by Crump. He goes inside. The foul was there. And Brandon Crump has been one of those players that every year, Dave, has just gotten better and better and better. He's gotten his average up to 16 points a game and almost 7 rebounds.
But you know what? That should have been a foul. You're absolutely right. Should have been a charge. Tubby wanted it. Did not get the call. Crump completing the three-point play. And Carrier gets into the game for Kentucky as well. So Tubby Smith really mixing it up. They break the pressure to Antoine Barber in the offensive zone. He's going to shoot it. Into the corner, Moss, and a lot of second efforts real early in the game for Kentucky. They're beating Tennessee to virtually every loose ball.
They are, and I think that's the alertness of this Kentucky defense. They're also on the offensive end getting a lot of offensive rebounds.
A foul away from the pass to Antoine Barber, and that'll go against Kentucky in the paints. Now Kentucky on the floor right now. Carrier, Barber, they did not start, nor did Moss or Cote. Chuck Hayes, the 6'6" forward, who really is probably the most favorite player of Tubby Smith. Another one of the starters, Eric Daniels. He gets back in.
That's a walk. You know, that's a spot throw in. You can only run that baseline after a made field goal or a made free throw. If you pick up your feet, it's just like being out on the floor. He did. He moved his pivot foot, and when he did, Kentucky got the ball back on the turnover.
So a turnover on Stanley Asumo right off the inbounds. Barber too strong, and another second effort, but a foul on that play. The foul will go against Tennessee as Robbie Moss, who's everywhere, jumping for every rebound, is fouled by Jameer Hendricks.
How about that rebound he got over Hendricks? He just simply reached over him and plucked it out of the air. There's Peterson having a conversation with one of his players, assumed they were having to go to the bench. Robbie Moss off of the bench and really playing well for Kentucky.
Kentucky to have it again. Carrier with it out high. And another quick whistle. The whistles are starting to pile up here. And the foul's away from the basketball. A personal foul will go against the Tennessee Volunteers. I should say against Bernard Cote of Kentucky.
Kentucky with full court pressure, really making it tough on Tennessee to inbound the ball. Tell you one thing, this is a different Kentucky team than what played on Saturday. Tubby Smith using his bench frequently here.
And Chuck Hayes replacing Carrier. Justin Albrecht trying to get it in, and does. Scooter McFadden on the drive, and you see that heavily taped right hand of his. Even though he's leading the conference in scoring, that's a real concern for the Volunteer star. Crump got it out of the pressure.
Good active zone by Kentucky.
And McFadden was double teamed quickly. Nice spin, but shut down as Hendricks on the block.
How about the block by Hayes? Held his ground and stayed right with it.
Tubby Smith just loves Chuck Hayes. He says of his junior forward, he epitomizes what I think a college basketball player should be. He's our most unselfish player, our hardest worker, and our best spokesman. Tipped away, and a steal for the Volunteers.
Terrific play by Brandon Crump, the 6'10" center, reaching in with those long arms and slapping it away.
Tennessee wants to get the score up around 70 or better. When they score at least 70 points, they're unbeaten this year at 10-0.
Kentucky has stayed with that zone defense. It's like they've gone to a man-to-man. They did on that time.
Watson too strong. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Tennessee will keep it. Now Tennessee on the floor. Crump is 6'10", Hendricks 6'8", so they have a little size advantage most of the time over Kentucky. Buzz Peterson likes what he gets out of C.J. Watson. He's a terrific point guard, averaging about 6 assists a game. That's tops in the conference. Wingate will come back into the game.
We're running people in and out so fast, it's hard to put up the starting lineups or who's on the floor.
Kentucky 5 out of 9. Tennessee a little chilly. Carrier with the rebound. And now the Wildcats to push the tempo.
Kentucky with a 3-guard lineup right now with Carrier out there with Hawkins and Fitch.
Daniels leader not there. Hayes off his fake. He's fouled. He'll go to the line with 13-12 to play in the first half here in Knoxville.
Dave, that's a very small lineup Kentucky has out there right now with Fitch and Carrier and Hawkins, 3 guards, going with Daniels and Hayes on the inside. They have to totally depend on their defense and helping each other on defense. Tubby Smith realizes this. Buzz Peterson, a much taller lineup with his group out there.
Well, the Volunteers, a perfect 9-0 here inside Thompson Bowling Arena, but just 1 and 3 on the road as Hayes can't connect on the first one. Both of these teams very good foul shooting teams. Tennessee #1 in the conference, and Kentucky very close to the top spot. He makes 1 of 2.
Well, Kentucky right back with that pressure again, forcing Tennessee to do something with the ball. Look at that double, triple team.
Watson gets it ahead to Wingate. McFadden won't wait. Falling down, he banked in a 3. How about that shot?
Hey, Banks open late.
Daniels looks to answer. That was a 3 off the mark.
Nice pass.
And it's Carrier. He tossed up a wild shot.
Boy, he was wide open, too. He could have taken his time and turned around and put it up off the glass.
Tennessee throws it right back. Hawkins working on Watson with a foul, and it rolls in. He'll go to the line.
What a terrific steal that time by Hawkins. Let's go back and take a look at this bank shot again by McFadden. He's about 2 steps beyond the 3-point line, and yes, folks, it did go off the glass. What's this steal right here by Hawkins? That's an outstanding defensive play at midcourt. Pushing. He's got Watson back on his heels, and he uses the glass. It's a chance for a 3-point play.
So it's Cliff Hawkins to the stripe. He was the 6th man last year. Now the everyday point guard for Tubby Smith.
Well, I don't think Hawkins started a single game last year, but he came off the bench and played very well for them.
Well, he sure did. He's playing very well this year, #2 in the conference in assists per game. 13-9 Kentucky, but remember they got off to a 10-0 start in this game. Points in the paint, Kentucky dominating, and they're also picking off a lot of steals now. Azubuike can handle it. It's out of bounds off the Cats. They had the fast break. Tubby wanted a foul. The calls are not going to Kentucky's coach's way here early on, and the turnover's even at 5.
Azubuike looked like he just lost control of the basketball.
That did not look like there was much contact, if any. More pressure by the Cats.
Good trap. Fitch almost got that one.
Look at the ball moving on to Crump. Is Leaner not there, but he'll shoot. Brandon Crump to go to the line. He's attended Pete Newell's big persons camp each of the last couple of years in Las Vegas. One of his instructors the last session was Ralph Sampson. And Crump said, you know, not many chances I get to play against a guy bigger than me.
Take a look at the free throws right here. Tennessee has made 254. They've made more than Kentucky has attempted. Kentucky with the fewest attempted free throws in the SEC.
Crump with another one coming. Scooter McFadden, a 6'5" junior from Memphis.
He is the best free throw shooter in the Southeastern Conference at 93%.
59 out of 63 for Scooter McFadden.
What happened on those other 4?
That's exactly my point. 1 out of 2, though, for Crump. It's a 3-point game. Daniels.
Tennessee a lot more active on defense now.
Hayes on a spin. Wisely gave it up. Gave it up to Daniels, who will go to the line. But a very heady play there by number 44, Chuck Hayes. There was no shot. He was sealed off. Very unselfish.
I'm telling you, these two guys operate so well together inside in the paint. Frick and Frack, Daniels and Hayes. I mean, it's a great pair. I mean, they really do a nice job of complementing each other.
We're talking about names. Tennessee is one of college hoops' most entertaining rosters to read. Just the names alone. They have a Scooter, a Pee-wee, a Major, and a Boomer. They also have a John, a Fred, and a guy named Lou. But Kentucky has Frick and Frack. And we'll be back in Knoxville with Kentucky leading Tennessee by 5 in the first half. Carl, thank you very much. And here in Knoxville, Kentucky with a 22-18 lead over Tennessee, 7:36 to play. Well, Kentucky coming into this one averaging 9.8 points per game. You see the assists and turnovers. But Tennessee, when it comes to bench scoring, they have owned it so far tonight, even though Tubby has played 10 men.
During this entire year, the Kentucky opponents have averaged 16 points per game. So Tennessee's almost reached that average here in the first half.
I will say this, that statistic is a little bit misleading because McFadden did not start. He normally does, and he has 14 points for Tennessee. And he is hot right now, Scooter McFadden, despite the banged up hand. Buzz Peterson knows what a gutsy kid he has here. He's in pain virtually every time he touches the ball, and yet he is keeping Tennessee in it almost single-handedly. McFadden, however, just picked up a foul on Azubuike. It'll be number 2 on Scooter McFadden.
Kentucky so far 0 of 6 from beyond that three-point line, and Tennessee is 3 of 7.
Azubuike gets 2. 24-18.
Well, Kentucky really playing the 94-foot game tonight. Good pressure full court, and they're really getting into it in the half court, too. Look at Hawkins out top on Watson.
Kentucky in a tight man-to-man. Wingate, the freshman who got a start tonight, gives it off for McFadden. Right there on the button, a three-pointer. He is on fire.
Azubuike was about a step too slow getting around that screen. You've got to fight through that, particularly when you're guarding McFadden.
Scooter has 17. Without him, Kentucky is waltzing to an SEC victory tonight.
Watch McFadden now come right around that screen. You see him trying to work his way down the baseline. Now, Azubuike trails. All he needs is that one step, and he gets the basket. You got to fight through that screen. You cannot go behind.
Such a quick release.
You see that catch and go. I mean, he doesn't wait. Didn't put it on the floor.
He gets a little breather here. So Peterson will go without him for a minute or two, but he'll be right back in. Cote with it straight away. Hawkins, great fake, leaping right over the top of him and committing a foul. Number 33, Jameer Hendricks. That's some pretty serious hops. Literally.
Watch this. Good ball fake. Got to duck quick. Cliff Hawkins here. Hey, that ball fake got him up in the air. It's a good thing he has about a 40-inch vertical.
Just about cleared him. Hawkins with another one coming. In and out with number 2. Scooter McFadden 5 out of 6 from the floor. The rest of the Volunteers 1 out of 11. Watson pulls away from the paint. Got a good look at the basket, and Carrier fought for the rebound. Hawkins bouncing to Azubuike with a foul. And he'll go to the line.
I think this Texas team has got a chance to repeat again. Solid talent. Rick Barnes has got a good team.
P.J. Tucker with about 15 and 7, 15 points, 7.5 rebounds a game. And at halftime of our game, Kentucky and Tennessee, the 25-year ESPN SEC team will be unveiled. Oh, they might have gotten away with one right there. Maybe a traveling violation. Assume no. Got away with it.
Good screen that time by Wingate. Fitch still got through.
A foul on the entry pass. 6:01 to go in the half. 28-21 Kentucky. Tubby Smith very active on his bench, trying to get his Wildcats to a 12th win on the year and a 3-1 record in the SEC. They've beaten Michigan State, North Carolina, Vandy, Mississippi State. Their losses to Louisville and to Georgia. They were dog tired after Mississippi State out-physicaled Kentucky and got a win in the conference. And then Kentucky winning that ball game, but Georgia would fall their next time out to the Georgia Bulldogs.
Good push by Hawkins.
Fitch too strong. The Volunteers down 7. Bradshaw wildly into the paint through contact, but he was out of control. The freshman who had a great high school career at White Station High in Memphis. He led them to 3 consecutive state titles. A little wild here.
Bradshaw with a good spin move right there against Hawkins, and once he got inside, he was fortunate to get that foul because he wasn't going anywhere with the ball. This young man is going to be an awfully good player. Just a freshman. They really like him here at Tennessee. Gives him a good lift when he comes in off of the bench.
McFadden lifting himself off the bench to return. Kentucky going to the line a lot, and it's usually Tennessee's game. Buzz Peterson wants to take a lot of foul shots. They've been very successful there.
Well, you know, they're successful because they're getting the right guys to the line. They got 4 players that are shooting really well. Obviously, McFadden at 93% being one of them.
Kentucky doing a better job at that so far tonight. Azubuike to Hawkins. Sweet shot for 2.
I tell you what, that was as good a job as you can do offensively. John Winchester was defending him every way there, could not shake him, and he still got the basket. Orbsut with a pretty nice move that time to turn Bradshaw.
Orbsut, the 7'1" freshman from Poland. He is the first Polish player ever at Kentucky. 257 pounds.
I think I'll tell you, he's got a little bit of ability too. He's progressed as the year has gone along. He's a young man that I think Tubby Smith's going to be very pleased with in his career. If he stays all 4 years at Kentucky, he's going to get better and better. Great size. He's got some skill. He can run, he can shoot.
Yeah, if he stays all 4 years, he's going to be about 26 years old when he graduates too. He's an elder freshman. The bounce to Wingate. Great fake, but then he had a block from behind. It looked like Azubuike got a hand on it, and down hard is Hawkins on the push foul.
I think Winchester tripped him. Hawkins was trying to maneuver between 3 to get Tennessee defenders that time, and he couldn't get around him. Watch Winchester, number 5 right here. He got his feet tangled up with Hawkins, and Hawkins hits the deck. Well, sometimes when you land on that ball like that, it kind of knocks the wind out of it.
So Cliff Hawkins to the line here, underneath 5 minutes to go in the first half here in Knoxville, Tennessee. Stanley Asumnu is coming in. 6'5" sophomore from Houston. 6 points for Cliff Hawkins, one of the 3 senior starters for Kentucky. The Volunteers tonight breaking out some brand new look uniforms for the first time.
Yeah, get some new unis out, huh?
A little easier for us to see, that's for sure. The old uniforms were really hard to pick up the numbers. Trump can't get it. A good-looking hook, but it's not there.
Look at Hawkins' push. Tell you what, he has been the forefront tonight of moving that ball. That's got to be player control.
And it is Azubuike with the offensive foul.
Azubuike very quick to grab the ball and head for the basket that time. He just had one problem. He had a defender in front of him. Watch it again. Hawkins with the pass. Azubuike thinks he's got a wide open maneuver right here, and a nice position by Crump to take it. Was that Crump or Wingate that took it? It was Crump, I guess, was in position to take that charge.
Crump took it, and for Azubuike, the London-born sophomore, that is foul number 2. 4:28 to play in the first half. And this time, no pressure by Kentucky on the inbounds by the Volunteers. Wingate heading to the bench. But he's getting a lot of minutes tonight, his first college start. Scooter McFadden was 17. The rest of the Volunteers have not held up their end of it. Here's McFadden coming off the screen. Forced the shot. Knocked away, and out front, Fitch on the run out, and the foul from behind by Bradshaw. He saved a certain basket.
Well, that's a nice move by Bradshaw to catch up with Fitch, because he had about 3 steps on him when they hit the midcourt line. He just simply lost that ball. Fitch on the run out right here. Look at Bradshaw hustling to get down there to stop that layup. That's an outstanding play. You know, most guys would just give up. Bradshaw said, no, I can't let you have that one.
See that T-shirt he's wearing underneath his game jersey? It's the same one he wore throughout his high school career in Memphis and winning 3 consecutive state championships. Buzz Peterson, he likes Bradshaw's history of winning, if not necessarily the overuse of the T-shirt.
It's probably got holes all through it.
You know it does.
And nobody can see it because it's underneath.
It's got to be nasty, huh? Kentucky on a 9-1 run. Coming up on the 4-minute mark, and they've opened up a 33-22 lead.
Well, Kentucky doing a terrific job with their defensive pressure in the half court.
McFadden trying to reheat. Shot clock at 10. Azubuike not there for him. Too strong, and Carrier has gone with a lot of first half rebounds.
Josh Carrier has gotten a number of rebounds down there today.
Barber off the fake, jumping into the lane, and it rolls for him.
That's a nice move. Buzz Peterson not happy with that, and I'll tell you why. Somebody dribble penetrated in there, and there was nobody rotating to help. You cannot allow a man to drive that far from out on the floor that deep.
So timeout for Tennessee. And as we celebrate our 25 December, Walter to the altar.
Did Raf say Brasso?
I think he did. I think that made air. 35-22 Kentucky. And Tubby Smith doesn't look like a guy who's up by 13 on the road in the SEC on a Super Tuesday, but he is. McFadden open. We won't miss many of those, and it's Kentucky coming away with another rebound. Carrier, he can shoot it from there.
They got it going now. They're up 16. The defense is working, and the offense is getting the good looks at the basket.
How about this? A 16-point lead now in the first half for the Wildcats. They're starting to abuse this very young Tennessee team in their own building. Barber ahead of the field. Travels with it. Otherwise, it would have been 40-22. Carrier on the wing, wide open for three. Left free there. He's going to bury it, and he did. And how about Kentucky just a few minutes ago? This was like a 6-point game. They have been suffocating on defense. McFadden, 19 points for him. The game would be virtually over if not for Scooter McFadden.
Exactly. Gerald Fitch did everything he could defensively to try to shut McFadden down, to no avail.
Tennessee needs a whole lot more of that. How important the last 2 minutes of this half now? Oh, what a job. Did he call timeout in time? Yes, he did. What a save there by Hawkins. Cliff Hawkins. Tremendous job to be able to call timeout after the
Watch him call this timeout up in the air. Please, give me the tee. Give me the tee. He got it. Fortunate the official saw him. He was heading for that out-of-bounds line. You know, the question I've got for this, do you burn a timeout for a possession like that?
I got you, especially when you're up 14.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a great athletic play, and you have to marvel at that, but what does it really mean?
Well, in a lot of cases, you know, when you're in a situation where you need a play like that, where you've got to have possession, then you do that. But I think it's not good to burn a timeout like that. I'd go ahead and give it to him. You got, 2:05 left to play in the first half, and your club is playing really well.
But what does Tennessee do now? 14 down, their own home building, looking for some momentum other than Scooter McFadden. Who do they go to other than their top scorer?
Dave, they've got to find somebody else to do some scoring, but Kentucky is forcing them so much out of their offense. They're pushing them out on the floor. It made it really tough for them to initiate their offense. Thank goodness McFadden is playing as well as he is. Or Rocky Top would just be rocks right now.
Fitch with it on the wing. Carrier swings it. And an over the back foul against Tennessee. 1:50 to go in the first half. And coming up at halftime with Jay and Carl. The Yankees signed Soriano, still a bargain at that price. How about the A-Rod deal? Is it back on? Will he go to the Red Sox? And the SEC Silver Anniversary team, the conference coming up, and there's bound to be a little bit of controversy because only one guy from each position can be selected. It's Kenny Walker. Did he make your list?
Not telling. I'll tell you privately. I can't let that out. He was a terrific player, though. Was he good? I will tell you this. Probably Shaquille O'Neal was the only unanimous choice because we all voted for him.
That was a walk, yeah. Lencha squeaking through, but he's fouled. Lukasz Orbjut got him. The 7'1" freshman. 1983 to 1986, Kenny Skywalker for Kentucky. Tubby would love to have him in his rotation, but tonight without Kenny Walker, it's going swimmingly here in Knoxville.
Well, Kentucky's done just about everything they want on both ends, defensively and offensively.
39-25. Bradshaw looking to cut into it. Big, strong freshman guard. He's 6'3". So now it's a 13-point game with 1:39 to play in the first half, and Tennessee is going to press.
Tough to contain Hawkins. He's so quick at getting open. I'm going to tell you what, Stanley Assumed, who's guarding him, is very quick in his own right.
Hayes trying to make a move, a fadeaway jump shot. Oh, so smooth.
Tough shot. Major Wingate, the center, was right there with him, had a hand in his face, and he still got the basket. Quick fadeaway.
That's the junior schooling the freshman just a little bit. McFadden trying to do it all by himself because nobody else is scoring.
Watch inside again now. Watch this maneuver by Hayes. He turns, fades back. Look at that. Both hands up in his face, and he still gets it in the net. That's just an outstanding offensive play. I mean, you can't do any more defensively than what Major Wingate just did.
Chuck Hayes averaging about 11 points, 8.5 rebounds a game. Does a lot of the little things for Kentucky. Crump with the hook shot. He finally got one of those to go. Kentucky dominating the middle. 20-8. They have outscored Tennessee, and the points in the paint have been a big factor here in the first half.
Cote with a nice move that time. He got inside, got an easy look at the basket, just couldn't get it over the front of the rim, and commits the frustration foul going back.
I'll tell you what, when you look at the schedule for Tennessee and the month-long 9-game stretch they're in right now, this is just another merciless game for them. They're facing 6 teams ranked in the top 25, playing Florida twice, so that means 7 out of the 9 games they're playing in this 9-game stretch are against teams ranked in the top 25. So no let up for Buzz Peterson. A look at this tough stretch for them, and it started with that brutal loss, 95-57 to the Gators.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's Bluegrass week actually here in Tennessee. They've got Kentucky this week and then Louisville this weekend. That's 2 pretty good clubs. Hey, speaking of Louisville, how about the game tomorrow night? Louisville, Cincinnati. I want to tell you what, for you basketball fans out there, you have to tune in to watch that. That is going to be one of the best college games of the year.
Does Cincinnati finally go down? What do you think?
I'm going to take Louisville. I think they're too quick. Hugs is going to call me tomorrow. I know he's going to rip on me, but I'm going to take Pitino's club anyway.
Fadeaway shot too strong, and a rebound by Bradshaw. About a half minute left in the first half. It's McFadden. His shot partially blocked. He went down, and again no whistle. He can't buy a foul, and he's the best foul shooter in the conference.
Kentucky's going to get the last shot of this first half. I don't know that there's been a 20 minutes all year they can be more proud of than what they just put up against this Tennessee club here.
Boy, did they come out firing tonight. They led 10-0 in a heartbeat. They have one more shot to take before halftime. Hawkins. Out of bounds. Nope, a fadeaway shot as he sailed out of bounds. Hawkins did not get it, but Kentucky got plenty. 41-28. Kentucky with a big lead on the road in Knoxville. Knoxville, Tennessee, Thompson Bowling Arena. Kentucky leading Tennessee 41-28. Tennessee has not lost at home this year. They're 9-0, very much in jeopardy. Dave O'Brien, Larry Connolly, and Larry, it was 16 points, the biggest lead for Kentucky in the first half, really in the paint, and this is very surprising. That's really when Kentucky has dominated a big lead in points in the paint.
Well, Eric Daniels and Chuck Hayes have been the 2 guys that have carried them offensively inside all year long. Tonight is no exception. They go back to the inside, and these 2 guys each scored 10 points down inside just because of passes like that. Now, on the other side for Tennessee, obviously Scooter McFadden was the offense for Tennessee. 19 points in that first half. If he's not there, I don't know where Tennessee is.
Tennessee shooting 31% in the first half, 8 out of 13 at the foul line. They usually shoot better at the stripe than that. The rebounding, well, that's big. That, again, goes to the heart of that dominance in the middle for Kentucky.
And they've done a little bit of everything, too, on the inside. I mean, the fact that they've been able to make those passes and get wide open looks at the basket really, I think, is a credit to their offense, but also a breakdown on Tennessee's defense. I mean, they've got to stop that inside passing. If they don't, they're going to get killed, just like they did in this first 20 minutes.
McFadden with 19.6 of 10 shooting. Fitch 1 for 6 on field goals, just 5 points for Kentucky. So that's our star watch. However, the rest of the Tennessee team certainly not shooting the ball well. Tubby Smith's defense has much to do with it, but just 2 for 16 from the field. Everybody other than Scooter McFadden. And that means the rest of the team is shooting 12.5%.
And they only scored 9 points. One player with 19 and 2 others with 9.
Kentucky gives up the second effort. And so Watson is into the offensive zone for Tennessee. They need a nice extended run. And off to a good start as they decide to go into the middle. Jameer Hendricks, with a very quiet first 20 minutes, gets on the scoreboard.
Well, they need somebody offensively to pick up what McFadden has been doing for them in the first 20 minutes. They can't depend on one guy. But here's where they need to do something defensively. They've got to stop Kentucky.
Daniels making contact with Crump there, and the foul goes against Crump. Now, Daniels was hurt earlier. He had a wrist injury, had to leave the game after this play.
Pretty strong move right here. You can see him go down and trying to protect that hand. You can see that look on his face, and he got some work done on the bench over there.
Able to return here for the second half, Eric Daniels, and he'll go to the line.
He does have that wrist taped up. Fortunately for him, it's not the shooting wrist. If there's one chink in this guy's armor, it's just free throw shooting. He does not shoot free throws well at all. He scores well, he rebounds well, he defends well.
Crump pulls away the rebound. It's an 11-point game. A chance to get inside double digits here for the Volunteers. Winchester with the jump. No travel. He did not have possession of it. He was bobbling it, so he did not give it up on the kick. They'll reset the shot clock.
Actually, he's pretty fortunate he bobbled the ball because he would have been called for traveling had he had possession.
No doubt. So Tennessee with 35 seconds to shoot it, but they want to get those shots in the air quickly and carve their way back into the game. McFadden on Hawkins there. Pretty good matchup between those two. The Volunteers trying to remain unbeaten at home. They knew it would be uphill. Winchester with a line drive back iron shot.
Azubuike held his position out there. Usually on those long three-point field goals, you get a long kick.
Contact on the play and the foul. The basket by Chuck Hayes, a very smooth move to bank it in. And it's Kentucky on the attack again.
Dave, what makes this offense successful is the pass. Look at that pass down inside. There was nobody there to defend it. It was just a clear sail all the way into the post position. You have got to go in there, either front the post or get some help from the other side.
Winchester on the foul. They wave off the basket, so no continuation as Fitch can't get it from deep into the corner. Alley-oop. Blocked out of the air by Hawkins. A terrific athletic play. Daniels scoop shot for 2.
Let me get this straight. The point guard blocked the shot, and the center was on the run out for the layup.
You got it right. Hawkins. Terrific end-to-end play by Kentucky, but you're right, it started with one of the littler guys on the court.
Watch this maneuver. This is against a guy 6'8". Hawkins way up in the air to swat that one away. He comes down with the basketball, gets the outlet pass, and Daniels finishes it off from the other end.
The Kentucky point guard with that block, he's just 6'1", but starts the fast break with that swat.
A little reversal of roles right there.
(43-30) Kentucky. Daniels to the bench. Crump backs his way in. He was immediately sealed by Hayes. Nice defensive play.
Nice job by Hayes, and it caused the turnover, the 3-second call. Hayes came over from the other side, jumped in there, couldn't do anything with the ball. By the time he got rid of it, he was in there for 3 seconds.
So Tennessee turns it over for the 12th time. You look at Tubby Smith, you'd swear he's down 13. Going for his 300th career win tonight. Hayes with the hook shot. Got it.
Nice touch. Well, Chuck Hayes is just money in the bank from that position right there. Get him the ball down on that block. Something good's going to happen.
Lead back up to 15 points here. The Wildcats trying to go to 12-2. And tomorrow night, there's more college basketball on ESPN. At 7 o'clock, number 5 Cincinnati, they're undefeated, taking on the Louisville Cardinals, ranked 6th in the nation. Then at 9 o'clock, J.J. Redick and the new number 1 team, Duke. They take on Maryland, and you know Duke has had a lot of trouble in Maryland in recent years.
Have they ever? Love that one up in Louisville, though. Bearcats and the Cardinals.
Crump with the tip right along the baseline there. So that list of undefeated teams continues to shrink and shrink and shrink. Cincinnati-Louisville is going to be a great one.
It will be. We've got 3 left. St. Joe and Stanford occupy the other 2 spots.
Archer trying to get rid of it. Crump carrying him from behind. He does get it free to Fitch. It's getting very physical here in the second half. Tennessee trying to crawl back into it. An errant pass. The Volunteers force the turnover. McFadden, ill-advised around the back pass. That was not a smart play. Knocked out of bounds, 16:50 to go. On the topic of undefeated teams now, as you point out, just 3 remaining. Stanford, St. Joe, Cincinnati. Now St. Joe's in the A-10, they could run the table, but Cincinnati and Louisville tomorrow at 7 o'clock.
Well, certainly Cincinnati and Stanford have tougher schedules going down the road, but I'm going to tell you what, this St. Joe team is for real. Great backcourt, maybe the best backcourt in all of college basketball. Delonte West, Jameer Nelson, 2 of the better guards I have seen play all year. But tomorrow night, you're going to see a Louisville team that's got great quickness. I'll tell you something else. Cincinnati's got the best 6th man, Tony Bobbitt, coming off the bench. Great player off the bench.
I know you're looking at Louisville as maybe a Final Four team. This is a huge test against Cincinnati's great defense tomorrow. Hawkins has it.
The best part of it is they play again.
Yes, indeed. Hayes down the lane, had it knocked out of bounds off of Tennessee. Tubby Smith wanted a foul, screaming at the officiating crew.
It's getting a little rugged out here in the second half.
Sure is. Already a couple of guys nicked up. Eric Daniels had to leave the game in the first half after he hit the deck hard. Scooter McFadden already with a bad hand. Shot clock is at 1. Will he get it off? He will not, and it was blocked anyway.
Good defensive work by Tennessee that time. The recognition of where the shot clock was, they wouldn't allow Kentucky to get into their offense. Watch Hayes try to push down inside. Wingate right there. Good help on the offside by C.J. Watson.
Wingate using his size. He's 6'10", the freshman from Florence, South Carolina. McFadden working around Fitch. Well defended, but also fouled on the play, a shooting foul. Now this Tennessee team is coming off a very bad loss to South Carolina. 85-64 over the weekend. Scooter McFadden was held to a season low 7 points in that game. Well, he already has 19 tonight. But he's been a one-man band.
David, the terminology of basketball, people, we have what we call shooters and scorers. Sometimes they're one and the same. But McFadden is one of those guys that is a scorer. He not only is able to shoot the long-range shot, but he's also very capable of putting it on the floor and getting to the rim with the ball. This is really an outstanding offensive player. The only thing maybe that lacks a little bit in his game is his defensive work. He needs to pick that up a notch or 2.
He lacks nothing at the foul line, hitting about 94%. One of the great coaches in college basketball is Tubby Smith, and he's going for career win number 300 tonight in Knoxville. On this Super Tuesday in the SEC, Kentucky with a 45-34 lead over the Volunteers. We talked about Tubby Smith waiting for a milestone to fall tonight. A victory would be career win number 300 for his coaching career. Tulsa, Georgia. Of course, Kentucky, where he won a national championship in 1998.
Well, right now, Tubby Smith having a conversation with Tom Lopes. I think he's more interested in getting calls than he is that victory.
Well, his wife Donna here tonight to maybe share in the celebration. His son Saul is also on his staff. He's one of the assistants, kind of hanging in the background in the Kentucky Guard in his own right, playing for Dad between '98 and 2001. Slapped away, but kicked out of bounds. Buzz Peterson wins that argument. That's off Kentucky.
Josh Carrier did not handle that trap very well at midcourt. Tennessee did a nice job of getting him right where they wanted him. You know, oftentimes when you're pressing like that, you got to choose your spots where you're going to do that double teaming. They found the right spot right at the corner, sideline and the midcourt line.
McFadden loses his man on the drive, but is fouled in the process. Moss hit him. 15:37 to play. Tennessee trying to cut into the lead. They've been as far down as 16 points in this game. They're down 10-0 in the first minute and a half.
So that means basically they've played them even after the first couple of minutes.
Essentially, yeah. But they still haven't found anyone other than McFadden to score for them.
Crump's usually the guy they go to down inside, but it's been difficult getting the basketball down there.
And he's averaging about 16 points a game as their #2 scorer. He's up top now, though. There's Crump high again. Watson with the drive, kicked it into the big guy, and you called it.
That's what you got to do. Watson with a dribble penetration through the defense of Crump, rolled right to the open spot.
Now they're inside 10 points, timeout, Kentucky. 15:08 to play. This could be a real battle down the stretch in Knoxville, Tennessee. So an upset there. Tennessee trying to do it at home to Kentucky. And Kentucky's really looking for a leader right now, Larry, as this thing tightens up.
Well, I was talking to Tubby Smith about this today. Watch Cliff Hawkins right here. You know, sometimes when you've got a senior, a guy that gets frustrated, he can turn around and tell everybody else that, look, we got to play better than that. And they'll listen to guys like him.
Hawkins saying, let's go, let's go. On the alley-oop, Barber with the dunk.
And Hawkins with the pass. That was a big basket for Kentucky. They needed something positive to happen. Tennessee's really coming after them.
47-39. Bradshaw has that one knocked out of bounds. It's blocked. 11:04 left.
Take a look at the frustrated Cliff Hawkins. Not frustrated after this. The terrific pass. Watch the maneuver underneath. You make that cut on the baseline behind the defense. Azubuike with a nice catch, but the timing is really made by the pass of Hawkins.
So Kentucky, which had gone over 6 minutes since its last basket, gets on the scoreboard in resounding fashion. Crump way outside. Not exactly in his range, and here come the Wildcats. Hawkins trying to lead by example. Cliff Hawkins rolling in 2.
How about Cliff Hawkins off the bench? Makes a great pass to get a basket, and then a nice job of controlling the ball on the break to get the easy layup.
So that lead is back up to 10 points for Kentucky. McFadden, he's gone cold here lately. His fadeaway with the foul. Fitch hit him, and McFadden could not connect, but he's to the line again where he's automatic.
Oftentimes when you've got a guard like McFadden who plays so well on the perimeter, you got to have your best defender. Right now, that's Gerald Fitch for Kentucky. Look at him guarding. Now, you're taking away the offensive play of Fitch because you're asking him to defend the SEC's leading scorer. Tough to be a scorer and a defender at the same time, and Fitch has been asked to maybe give up a little bit of offense here to try to shut down McFadden.
Scooter McFadden, the Memphis transfer, put up 31 in his Tennessee debut in November. Nice first impression there. He also had 31 in his SEC opener against Georgia. Scooter's family already well known here in Tennessee. His uncle, Clarence Swearingen, was a guard for the Vols in the late 80s. He scored the very first points ever scored inside Thompson Bowling Arena. Hawkins off to Carrier. Knocked away. Great play by Wingate, and he did not pick up the foul. Now he goes to the other end of the floor, follows his own miss, and he'll be shooting. So the freshman, Major Wingate, going end to end. And tomorrow night, more college basketball on ESPN. At 7, unbeaten Cincinnati facing #6 Louisville. A great matchup. Then at 9, how about J.J. Redick and #1 Duke beating Jamar Smith and Maryland on ACC Wednesday, presented by Staples. And at halftime of each game, ESPN will present the best players from that game's conference over the last 25 years, celebrating ESPN's Silver Anniversary Week.
One of the things I noticed in the ACC this year are the number of teams that have 3 guard lineups. Duke's one of those clubs, and they've gotten to that #1 spot. And they've done it on the strength of some really good inside play, but really terrific perimeter play, including Reddick.
Excellent defense. Well, this one, a 6-point lead for Kentucky. Less than 10 minutes to play. Hayes working with the body and draws contact. 9:45 to go.
You know what? You can't expect one guy to try to guard Hayes. There's Major Wingate isolated down on that block down there, and nobody's coming back to help. Now watch Hayes get in position. See, he spreads out, leans back, nobody there from Tennessee to help, and he just slips underneath with a nice move, and he draws the foul. Somebody from Tennessee's got to be able to go in there and help. Wingate can't do it by himself.
Yeah, Hayes just too quick. 6'6", 247 out of Modesto, California. And a big-time favorite of Tubby Smith, 13 points for Hayes and 9 rebounds. He came in as the #4 rebounder in the SEC. And again, he is under 6'7".
I'm going to tell you, you talk about a wide body. Once he spreads out down on that post, you couldn't get him out of there with anything. Dynamite, nitroglycerin, you couldn't blow him out of there.
Łukasz Orbzut gets back into the game, the 7-1 product from Poland for Tubby Smith. Bradshaw, the freshman, getting some key minutes here with Watson in foul trouble. Oh! Wingate went for the big one-handed stuff, and he caught mostly rim.
He looked like a condor coming across through there.
Man, was he up, but he did not convert. Bradshaw.
Nice pass.
Here's Wingate with a short one.
Hey, take the little 8-foot jump shot on the baseline. Nice job of dribble penetration by Dane Bradshaw that time.
Buzz Peterson all pumped up. Getting the crowd alive here at Thompson Bowling. Hawkins has it tied up. Jump ball. And on the possession arrow. It will stay right here.
Watch Bradshaw with that dribble penetration. He drew 3 guys to him. Then Wingate can't finish it off. It goes back to the other side, and then came right back again, and Bradshaw gave him another pass. This time he stood on the baseline and made the J.
Pretty smooth touch for the freshman who made his first college start tonight. 27 seconds on the shot clock, plenty of time to get it off. Azubuike won't wait.
He had a good look.
Sure did.
And he's a good 3-point shooter.
Bradshaw bumped as he started his penetration.
Kentucky has now put Tennessee at the line. I think that's their 10th team foul, so it'll be 2 shots from now on.
That's number 4 on Kalina Azubuike. And so Bradshaw is going to be shooting 2, 51-45. He's made 3 out of 4 tonight. Tennessee would love this to become a foul shooting parade in the last few minutes because they're the top free throw shooting club in the SEC.
Bradshaw has no fear going down that lane, does he? He just charges in there.
He's played in so many big games and in big arenas, even though he's a freshman. 3 consecutive state championships. And the crowd is alive in Tennessee. Bradshaw showing some emotion. Knocked away, nearly stolen by McFadden. Carrier lifts it. He was way downtown. Tennessee will have it. 8:34 left, and the momentum has swung away from Tubby Smith and over to the Volunteers.
I'll tell you what, you can't fault Kentucky's 2 shots there. They had 2 guys that shoot the 3 pretty well. Carrier had a good look. Azubuike had a good look, but neither shot went down. Kentucky in a 2-3 zone.
Tennessee trying to deny Tubby Smith 300 career wins. Bradshaw, look at the freshman directing traffic against Kentucky. Long shot. McFadden not there for him. Crump was fouled. Got the roll. They're going to count the basket, and he'll go to the line.
Look at this crowd. The long shot. Karams back toward where it came from. Crump was right there to draw it in. He got hacked on the arm and still got the ball to go in. I said somebody else had to step up offensively. It's been Crump in the second half.
Boy, has it ever. He has been the guy. He has 13 points. And if he converts the free throw, it's going to be a 1-point game in Knoxville with over 8 minutes to play. At one point, Kentucky had a 16-point lead.
Tell you what, give the Volunteers credit. They did not go away and hide. They came back and they battled and got this thing back in there.
It's a 1-point game.
Are they thinking about Starkville? That Mississippi State came back on them, but they still won.
Great defensive pressure by the Volunteers. Frenetic. Fitch trying to work on Bradshaw. Lets it fly. Couldn't get it. And here come the Volunteers with a chance to take the lead.
3 trips in a row. Kentucky tried a 3-point shot. None of them went down.
Tennessee on an 11-2 run the last couple of minutes. It pops free. Bradshaw with it. Got the pass off. Wingate will be shooting. Tell you what, the freshman, Dane Bradshaw out of Memphis and Major Wingate out of Florence, South Carolina, they are playing huge minutes for Buzz Peterson against Kentucky.
Watch Dane Bradshaw again charging down that lane. Threw up a horrible shot. He still got it back. He's got 4 Kentucky players around him. Look at that pass. Still got it out of the trees.
Look at this. We are tied up. 7:37 to play. And Tennessee has fought back to knock the score. It's the first tie in the game. Now the lead. Wow. Buzz Peterson looking for an upset on the home floor in Tennessee tonight. Right now, Mr. Momentum is wearing orange. Tennessee has overcome a 16-point deficit, and they lead number 8 Kentucky by 1. Buzz Peterson bringing his team back. He's really turned to Brandon Crump, the 6'10 junior from Houston, Texas. Larry, he's had a terrific second half.
He has indeed. He had 6 rebounds and 6 points at halftime. He now has 14 points, or 10 points and 10 rebounds. This guy has been terrific. Say something else. Kentucky's going to have to find something other than three-point shot if they're going to get back in this game. They have missed their last 3, all of them from beyond that stripe.
And on the night, the Wildcats 1 for 15 from 3-point distance. So it's a 1-point lead for the Volunteers. Their first lead of the game.
Tennessee with half-court pressure. Good idea.
Quick dish for Daniels, but he can't get it right underneath the basket.
Can't do it any better than that. That was point blank.
Wide open, and he missed it. Everything breaking right for the Volunteers at the moment. McFadden stops. Back to Scooter McFadden, who has 25. Inside Crump. Shot clock at 9. Wingate straight ahead. He nailed it.
How about that freshman? Major Wingate. Not minor, major.
Tennessee by 3. Wingate, the freshman, with 8 points in the second half, all big. Daniels works his way in. Left-handed, it drops.
Nice maneuver that time. He got Wingate deep enough that he could use that little hook shot, that baby hook.
14 for Daniels, playing with an injured wrist, which is all taped up. It's Bradshaw leading the offense here for Tennessee, Larry, because Watson has 4 fouls. Winchester, too strong. The tip won't go. Trump got a hand on it, but it was deflected off the rim.
Well, it's a positive thing for Buzz Peterson to see Bradshaw running this club with Watson over there. I mean, we're talking about taking out the SEC's best assist man.
Now Kentucky trying to get back in the lead. Daniels foul, working his way to the rim.
Go back and take a look at Eric Daniels right here. I mean, you can't get it any easier than that. He just could not make it. And, of course, Tennessee comes right back. Major Wingate from about 15 feet. Yeah, the maneuver inside right here for Daniels. He comes right back, even though he missed that shot, comes right back with a nice little jump hook. Gives him a little bit of confidence, too.
Wingate picking up his second foul. Daniels has another one coming. 15 points tonight. He's 59% at the line for the season.
I'll tell you something, this Kentucky team is no shrinking violet either. They're going to hang in there. They have fought back now and gone ahead.
Coming up next, NBA fast break. Highlights from all 6 NBA games. The Pistons going for 14 straight. And the Nets Mavs live post-game coverage, all to come. The foul going against Gerald Fitch. That'll be number 3 on the senior. 5:50 to play.
Send C.J. Watson to the line.
In the second half, Tennessee is 14 for 15 from the foul line. It's been a big part of their comeback. Watson gets the first. He's back in there with 4 fouls. That was his first point of the game. He came in averaging about 12. They make their foul shots. Tennessee 74% as a team tops in the conference. And they lead by 1.
Seesaw affair right now. Every possession is critical.
Carrier fakes. He won't take it. Kentucky being very patient. Hawkins with the kick out to Fitch. Rebounded again underneath by Hayes for 2.
Good offensive rebound. You know the thing about that rebound that made it so good? He went from one side of the basket to the other, got it, and still laid it up, and nobody from Tennessee there to challenge. Good position rebound.
Azubuike getting ready to check back in for Tubby Smith. Trump with the catch, using his body but also traveling. That gives it back to Kentucky.
Take a look at this position rebound right here. Now, watch him battle around, fought around Crump right there, and still got it and went to the other side for the layup. Now, that's working for a rebound. That was outstanding play.
Kentucky with the rebounding edge, 36 to 30.
That comes on the heels of 2 games where they were out rebounded, both against Mississippi State and Georgia.
And they beat Mississippi State by 1, lost to Georgia in an upset at Rupp Arena. Shot clock at 10. Fitch with the pass. Daniels. Crowd wanted to walk, but instead a Kentucky basket.
Fortunate to get that one in. Daniels kind of threw the ball into the floor. Azubuike came up with it.
Let's see how the Volunteers answer now. It's Watson back in charge at the point. Scooter McFadden has 25 points. His drive. Bank shot for 2.
Yeah, he went right around Fitch. And Daniels was a little late getting over when he rotated, and McFadden got another one. Oh, what a game he's had.
27 points. 9 for 9 at the line. 7 out of 14 overall, but slithering in Hawkins. He has 2 more.
Hard to contain him. You've got to have help. When Hawkins has got the ball and he's going down that baseline, you've got to get help.
Liv Hawkins with 10. He was the guy exhorting Kentucky to let's go about 10 minutes ago. Kentucky has really owned the paint.
All right, who's got the freshest legs in this final 3:29?
Reach-in foul by Chuck Hayes. 3:29 to go.
Dave, I think that's going to be the important part of this game. Who's got the freshest legs? To Tubby Smith's credit, he's used a lot of his bench tonight. Maybe they have. Maybe it's Tennessee. They certainly have used their bench. Tell you another thing, he's going to have fouls. They're going to play a very important role in this game. Who's going to stay in?
You saw Fitch there on the foul lane. He was bending over, trying to catch his breath. There have been 21 different players get into this game, Larry. McFadden has been the brightest star of all of them with 28 points. He just keeps pouring in those foul shots. We have a timeout. Tennessee back to within 1, 3:29 to go. Scooter McFadden, will he be the man to lead the Volunteers to an upset tonight? Thank you, men. Back at Thompson Bowling Arena in Knoxville, Tennessee. Number 8 Kentucky trying to hang on. They have a 1-point lead over Tennessee. And the star, Scooter McFadden, with 29 points. The rest of the Volunteers with 31. He's getting ice on both of his hamstrings, though, Larry. Maybe cramping up a little bit here.
Tell you what, this guy is should be a walking medical history. He's got a bad wrist. Both of his hamstrings are bothering him, and he's still out there playing.
And playing wonderfully. A 1-point advantage for the Wildcats. They have the ball. Daniels with Crump leaning on it. Backed it short. Tipped on the baseline. It'll stay right here. 17 seconds to shoot it now for Kentucky.
Back again, watch the inside play of Kentucky. Good defensive work. The ball came off of the glass there. It looked like it might have been goaltending, but it was going to come up a little short, too. Maybe the official felt like it didn't have a chance to get to the rim.
3:10 to play. Fitch in the paint. A one-hander. The runner won't go. 3 minutes left.
Watson out at the point. He's going to run it out front. Hawkins is going to track him.
The entry pass batted away by Hayes and a tie-up on the floor. 2:46 left in this contest. 4 bodies on the deck.
Nice defensive work that time by Chuck Hayes, being able to reach around in the post position without fouling. Had that ball slapped away, and Tennessee fortunate not to lose the ball.
Possession arrow for the Volunteers. Watson to check it in. Kentucky by 1.
Referees are looking for somebody to come out and mop up the floor. Kid must have been taking a nap. How could you take a nap in this game?
About to say, in this atmosphere. NBA Fast Break Tuesday coming up next. This one going right down to the stretch. Watson trying to find someone, gets it into Crump. Batted away by Hawkins, but Crump got it right back. Shot clock at 8. McFadden lines up a 3. Tipped out of bounds. Kentucky will have it.
You know what, Dave? He wasn't set. He didn't get in position to receive the ball and get ready to shoot. He felt rushed on that shot because the shot clock was ticking down.
Look at that. Kentucky 1 for 16. Not that Tennessee has lit it up beyond the 3-point arc. No 3-point effort there by Hayes. Instead, he gives off. Shot too strong by Azubuike.
Kentucky has gone ice cold in this last 5 minutes.
They can't buy a 3-point basket. A whistle and a timeout. Tennessee. 1:55 to play in Knoxville. And this one, 1 point separating Kentucky and Tennessee. Now, last week at number 24, Mississippi State, Kentucky, with Gerald Fitch lighting it up for 23. He had 5 3-pointers. It came down to the last minute, though. State's Brandon Vincent with a putback. The Dogs led by 1. And with 2.5 seconds left, Cliff Hawkins inbounding to Eric Daniels. He tips it in. He was the hero. 67-66. Kentucky stealing the win.
Well, we might be working ourselves down to another one of those crescendos again.
It has the feel of that kind of an ending. So far, Scooter McFadden leading the way with 29 points for Tennessee on 7 of 15 shooting. Kentucky has Eric Daniels with 16 points, Cliff Hawkins with 10, and Hayes with 16. So good balance by Kentucky, whereas the Volunteers have leaned on one man and a banged-up star at that all night.
Interesting, this last minute and 55 seconds, 2 freshmen on the floor for Tennessee, both Wingate and Bradshaw out there.
Bradshaw with it. Tennessee trying to take the lead. It's tipped out of bounds. It'll stay right here, and the Volunteers get fortunate. 14 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, but they've got to have some recognition here now. They've got to know that there's 14 seconds there. Sometimes teams forget about that.
Now 9 to shoot it. Now 6 to shoot it. A long bomb. Bradshaw can't get it, and Hayes gathers in the board.
Good block out by Kentucky that time. They wouldn't allow anybody from Tennessee in and around the inner circle.
Tubby Smith wants a timeout. Emphatically, with big giant steps in the direction of the official. 1:24 to go. He was going to make sure he was not ignored there. Kentucky leading by 1. At one point, Kentucky with a 16-point lead. The Volunteers fought back. They leaned on Scooter. He's gotten it done for them.
He has. Scooter McFadden has been outstanding tonight, but Kentucky has hung in there. I'll tell you, they have not played very well the last 4 to 5 minutes. Their offense has been somewhat anemic. I mean, they haven't been able to make shots. They've had good looks at the basket. Daniels with that easy layup underneath earlier. But they got a chance to redeem themselves here with a basket.
Azubuike out on the wing. Hayes off to Fitch. The shot clock now a factor. It's at 7.
Fitch has got to go up.
He does. Shot clock at 2. They're not going to get it off, and it's stolen away by Tennessee. Watson. Tennessee has the lead.
Terrific defensive work by Tennessee that time. Kentucky could not get into their offense.
What a time to put the clamps on. Their best defensive performance of the night.
Big possession here for Kentucky.
Under 40 seconds to play. Hayes working on Wingate, the freshman. He backs in. Tosses up a wild shot, and Crump pulls it away. 25 seconds to go. And a foul on Watson in midcourt. Hawkins had to stop the clock.
You think this crowd is crazy right now? Wow.
Thompson Bowling Arena may be upset city tonight. Tennessee leading by a point.
Fitch tried to go inside. He tried to kick it back out, but Tennessee's defense was just too tough. Good run out, too, by Watson.
C.J. Watson, a sophomore, makes it a 2-point lead. Tennessee, the best foul shooting team in the SEC, at 74%. Watson at 78% is 3 for 3. He got them both.
Kentucky needs a 3.
Timeout. 64-61, the Volunteers.
So now the 2 guys you've got to look for Kentucky. You've got to look on the outside. You've either got to go to Fitch or you've got to go to Azubuike. They're the 2 best 3-point shooters.
A look at 2 key plays down the stretch of this one.
Well, Tennessee got a good rebound from Brandon Crump right here on that long rebound, and then that stick back. That was a big one. Look at Dane Bradshaw, a little chest bumping going on. And then the defense by Tennessee right here. The steal, and then Watson with the run out. 2 key plays, the rebound and the stick back, and then the run out after the defense. How about that Tennessee bench? It's a happy bunch of balls.
Still 22.2 seconds left. We'll see who's smiling in a moment. But for Kentucky, the last time they've lost back-to-back games in the SEC, you have to go back to 2002, Mississippi State and Georgia. This one on the heels of a stunning loss at Rupp Arena to Georgia over the weekend. Hawkins for 3 to tie.
Oh, he got it!
We're tied up with 16.3 seconds to go.
Hey, they're looking for a leader. Maybe they found the guy. How about that, Cliff Hawkins?
Timeout, Kentucky. Dead even at 64.
They're looking for Fitch, and they're looking for Azubuike, and Hawkins is the one who takes it. Oh, that is such a big basket for Kentucky. Maybe for their season. Once again, look at that.
Look how far off that line he was, Larry.
High arching. Look at this. Daniels happy. Oh, my goodness, what a shot.
So Cliff Hawkins, the senior out of Virginia, buries a three-pointer, a no-doubter to knot it at 64.
Look how far back he was from this three-point land. I mean, he's got to be at least 3.5 feet. Big basket for Kentucky.
So the Volunteers will take over possession here. 13 points for Hawkins.
6 rebounds, 5 assists. That's a pretty good evening's work. All right, do we go to McFadden if you're the Tennessee coach?
Well, he has 29 points. He has to get his hands on it, doesn't he?
Kentucky with good pressure.
Winchester brings it across and slips.
We're running out of time.
Timeouts. 6.1 seconds left. The slip by Winchester, and he almost lost possession.
I was watching Buzz Peterson there. He was upset with McFadden for not coming to the ball. I think he is the guy that's supposed to get it. Winchester was looking for him, and McFadden was not going after it. Now look, they had 16 seconds. They get this thing down to 6 seconds. There was 10 seconds they wasted trying to find McFadden. Now look at McFadden, left corner, right there. Number 2 in your screen, right in the middle. He's got to go over there and help. Look at Buzz. He comes right out to McFadden. He says, "Where are you?"
(64-64). Look at the reset. 1:62 timeout left for Kentucky. Tennessee has nothing left. Kentucky with the possession arrow in their favor. Time for a last shot here for the Volunteers. Tubby Smith. Will he be denied his 300th career win tonight? McFadden has him. It's going to be him. He tosses it up. He missed it. Batted out of bounds. And we're headed to overtime. 64-64, tied at the end of regulation. Back with overtime in Knoxville in a moment. We're not done yet in Knoxville. Dead even at the end of regulation, 64-64. A 5-minute overtime. Here's the final shot of regulation.
Yeah, McFadden here with a runner on the right side. Fitch was right with him step for step. Good defensive work and a good slap away by Chuck Hayes to keep the ball from going back up. Hey, can we program basketball games? I mean, 2 games back-to-back, and both of them go to overtime.
NC State and Boston College right before us. Tennessee at the line in the second half, 20 out of 21. McFadden, who has to be exhausted. Tonight, 29 points, but could not get that last one to go, so he has to continue to play on. And foul shooting. You can't do a lot better than Tennessee has tonight. 28 out of 34.
Well, it's kept him in the game. I mean, the free throw shooting has been outstanding. It's one part of the game that a lot of people ignore, but it is so vitally important.
Well, this is the first overtime for both teams this season. Tennessee has yet to lose on the home court. They're 9-0. Tubby Smith is going for his 300th career win, and we're in overtime.
Kentucky's defense pretty tough, man-to-man. Fitch has got McFadden again.
McFadden working him. The pull-up pop. Got it.
That's the one he was looking for with 3 seconds to go. Got that one.
Tennessee leading by 2 in OT. Daniels wants it. Left wide open. That was a 3.
Oh, my. How about that? 2 big threes by Kentucky. Hawkins will put it into OT. And Daniels there giving him the lead.
Kentucky up by 1. Wingate out high. They don't want him handling the ball. That's the man they want with it. McFadden on a spin with contact. He'll shoot.
Take a look at Eric Daniels on the pass from Hawkins. Dead away center. Nothing but net. I'll tell you what. Do you realize he was only 2 for 10 coming into this game from 3-point range?
Couldn't tell by that shot.
Wow.
NBA Fast Break Tuesday coming up next here on ESPN2. McFadden gave him 32 points. And that is a new career high. He's at 31 on 2 occasions this year, including against Georgia in his SEC opener. And he has not missed at the line all night. where he's 13 for 13.
Nice pass. Terrific pass. They missed it.
But he tipped his miss in.
Oh, my goodness.
I think he needs somebody on his back.
I thought Tubby was going to have a heart attack on that one. Nice move by Hayes to go back and follow it up.
Kentucky up 1. Back and forth we go here at Thompson-Boling.
What a great game.
Winchester squirts into the lane, and it pops out of his hands, and no foul.
Nowhere to go. He dribbled into traffic. He had nowhere to go with the basketball. Kentucky comes away with a big steal.
Hawkins on the drive, contact there, and a charge.
How about Watson running the danger of a blocking foul when he's got 4 fouls on him?
C.J. Watson stepping in and absorbing the contact.
Watch this. This could have been disastrous for Tennessee, but it goes the other way. Hawkins with a foul. They got him moving with that body straight into pretty good angle right here. Watch this. I'll tell you what, he was moving to the left a little bit too.
Still moving, you're right. But it goes Tennessee's way in overtime. 3 minutes to play. Watson. Azubuike all by himself. He hauls in the rebound, and here come the Wildcats.
Boy, and Watson had a good look at the basket, too. There wasn't anybody over there with a blue jersey anywhere near him.
Hawkins lets fly. That was a three-pointer. McFadden high up for the rebound. McFadden now 33 points and 3 rebounds for the Volunteers. He takes the handoff. They want him to work on Moss. Contact, no whistle. He's short.
How about Moss putting him in this position in the overtime? Former walk-on.
Timeout. 2:03 left in the overtime, and Tubby Smith asking for a timeout with his Wildcats looking to hang on here. They have a 69-68 lead at Tennessee. Number 8 Kentucky trying to avoid an upset here at Thompson-Boling Arena tonight. They have a 1-point lead. Here's how we got to the overtime. Kentucky came up with big shots down the stretch.
How about Hawkins right here? Everybody looking for Azubuike or Fitch. Hawkins drains the 3, and that was the one that got him to overtime.
In overtime, Kentucky shooting the ball a little better, 3 out of 4. Tennessee 1 for 3. We've had 1 tie and 8 lead changes. And there was a juncture in this game in the first half when it looked like Kentucky was going to blow the Volunteers out of their own building. They had a 16-point lead. It looked like they were ready to bury the Volunteers. Here's our reset now. Kentucky with a 60 left as far as timeouts. Tennessee has 1:30 possession arrow for the Wildcats.
How about that foul situation? Tennessee has only committed 5 fouls. They have 1 to give before they put Kentucky in the bonus. Kentucky had committed 17 fouls to Tennessee's 5.
Isn't that something? NBA Fast Break on Tuesday. Coming up next. Hawkins backs it out. Fitch off the fake. He'll fire it. Hayes hauls it in, and a new shot clock inside 2 minutes in overtime. The
bad pass. Hawkins tried to jam that one in there, and there was nowhere to go with it.
But Kentucky in the late stages of this game has been very patient and taken only good shots. Not that time. Forcing the action. A 1-point lead for the Cats.
Kentucky doing a nice job of switching.
Trump with the catch. Hook shot. Short. Great job by Hayes to step over McFadden, who went down hard under his feet. Good to McFadden in some pain.
I wonder if McFadden might have hurt his wrist when he went down. One minute
left in overtime. Kentucky running clock.
Stagger screen for Hawkins.
He missed everything.
Shot clock.
Shot clock at 5.
Azubuike with a rebound.
Oh, what a play to run that one down. That could be a killer for the Volunteers, but they're still going to have to shoot it.
What a terrific rebound by Azubuike.
Game clock at 33. Shot clock now at 18. Daniels not there. Tennessee comes away with it. Despite all those efforts, Kentucky fails to score. Timeout. Buzz Peterson takes his last timeout with 16.7 seconds left in OT.
You know, there's a philosophy that when you've got the ball on offense, you don't take the timeout because the pressure's on the defense. You know what you have to run. You just keep going. Kentucky had a terrible possession. Look at this. They get one shot after the other, and they cannot convert. Here's the end of it right here. Hawkins trying to go up. They kick it out to the outside. Eric Daniels, nothing but air. Tennessee with a chance to win.
But you know, they had 2 or 3 opportunities even before that.
Plus Peterson, he was upset because Azubuike got that rebound.
Exactly
he fought his
right.
way through there and got it.
Yep, exactly right. And yet, here we are with 16.7 seconds left, and we're right in the same spot we were in at the end of regulation virtually when McFadden had an opportunity to win the ball game, and instead it went overtime when he missed. Does it go right back to him? Because he looks like he's nicked up with that hand.
Well, you know what? I've got to get him the ball. I mean, in this possession, they have got to make sure he touches the ball. Even if he doesn't take the shot, you know that defense is going to converge on him, which is going to leave somebody open. We're going to find out here in the next couple of seconds.
Now the career high for Scooter McFadden, 33 points.
Fitch has got him.
McFadden with it. Shot clock is off. McFadden trying to win it. Has it knocked away and out of bounds. Tennessee will have the ball with 8.8 left on the overtime clock.
Pretty good defense that time by Kentucky. Looked like Fitch may have been the one who slapped it away.
Watson to check it in. Trying to get it inbounds. He does. Bradshaw has it. The freshman fires it up. Short. Kentucky has it.
They're going to win it.
And the Wildcats hang on for the win. Number 300 for Tubby Smith. This did not come easy. On the road in Knoxville. And Kentucky pulls it out in overtime, 69-68. 300.